I'm Rebecca Banyas. I'm a project manager for the Oregon Arts Commission. The Oregon Arts Commission passed a policy back in the 70s that any state building needed to include art, and that 1% of the construction budget would be dedicated to art. So that's how this artwork came about at Allen Hall.
When I went around initially for Allen Hall and interviewed a lot of students, what was asked, which I found this fascinating, was they said, give us a reason to put our screens down. Give us something we could touch. They wanted color, which is where Jeremy's work and the other piece that Michael's working on comes in really nicely.
When we first started thinking of the idea of what we wanted to do, we knew that we wanted something that included wood and some kind of carving and had an interactive quality to it that the students could, or whatever audience was presented, would be interacting with the piece.
I actually shifted in a very new direction with this commission, and that I went into cast porcelain. Since I'm a ceramic artist, I somewhat am obsessed with touch, and I love the idea that one could go ahead and touch art. And so the idea that one could actually receive the artwork not only visually but also through a sense of touch was my first inspiration. It was like, what would that look like in Allen?
Composition is really important to me, like the same way you would look at an advertisement in a magazine, like how your eye gets led down the page to like the things that they want you to see. I think about that a lot with my paintings, like where your eye starts on a piece and how it kind of moves through in the story that tells. Or even multiple ways that your eyes can like journey, like, I don't know, this one's kind of all over the place, but sometimes like when I look at a piece, like you see this first balance and you go to the person and you see this and it just kind of, I don't know, I like the idea of your eyes just like following the piece.
I think what happens is we get confused sometimes when things are only in conversation. And what I realized with our art making, we kind of bring it down to an analog level. And I think actually documenting a process really like slows it down and lets you enter into the analog world that I think we're desperately hungry for.
The more contemporary piece that James and Tyree in it, and the whole idea behind this one is this finding your voice. I didn't want to put everything in it because I wanted to leave it open for people to like have questions, you know, like even just to find your what, you know what I'm saying? Like what do I need to find? And they can fill it in. Find your balance, find your person, find your just whatever inspires you.
I think the truth is really important, and it's not something that's necessarily apparent all the time. You got to figure out what the truth is, and so that's, for me anyway, that's where the seek part comes in. Is, really looking for that truth and trying to decide what it is.
I would say that journalism's taking on a similar trajectory as artists, in that the parents are probably going, oh my gosh, you're going to become a journalist. Are you sure you're going to be able to make a living? And I think there's that beautiful saying that when it got to the end of life, that would you regret, that you didn't follow that you were more driven by your fear than your passion.